Hey guys, welcome back to Jordan Samuel Skin Talks. How you doing? It's been a day. It's only Tuesday. Cheers. My idea was to start doing martini time with you all the time, which I think we should. I mean, twist my arm. But then I was like, no. And then today happened. I was like, yes. So, cheers to you. Thank you. All right. So today, I want to talk about formula is king. Caroline Hirons always says, basically anybody that you talk to that's in the industry, whether it's an esthetician or dermatologist or chemist, will talk about the formula is king. And I wanted to talk about it because I say it a lot. Caroline says it a lot, but I haven't, besides just saying it, I haven't talked about it a lot and sort of what that means and why I say it. So Nerida talked about this a bit in our video together, where she'll have an aesthetic student or she'll have a client and say, what percentage acid is that? And she's like, oh, here we go. And, or I can't use that acid because blah, 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 blah. And there are many things that to take into account with that. The pH of the product. The pH of an acidic product will affect, the percentage of acid that's in it. I actually happen to do better with a higher acid level at a higher pH. Not a high pH, but a higher acidic pH, so something around 4. I know there's a lot, for a while there were some products on the market that were a 1.9 pH of a glycolic, and I just can't use that. My skin just does not do well with that. So again, it could be literally the same ingredient. It could even be from the same supplier, and the pH changes everything. Now that doesn't mean, because on the other hand, people now go pH crazy and they want to know without understanding. I get so many emails, what's the pH of your treatment cleanser? What's the pH of your balm cleanser? pHs aren't pHs. The pH isn't measured in, or it's not applicable for oil-based products and oil-based cleansers. They're naturally balanced, they're gentle, but they don't really have a pH reading. It's much harder to get a pH reading with them. And labs just simply don't do that. They won't even do it for my products, for those products. So we've now gone to the case of being pH happy or pH mad maybe, and what pH is this and what is that and what is that? And yes, if the pH is 7 or 8, that there's a red flag there depending on what the product is. If we're talking a difference between a 4.5 to a 5.5, you're probably fine. And I would say settle. And try it out if you can get a sample. But that's where the formula is king thing keeps coming back. And same thing with acids. The percentage of the acid matters, but so does the pH. And you might see it and it might say 5% glycolic, but it might be at a 1.9 pH, and that's in frickin' tense. It just is. My skin would hate it. And, or you would see a 20% glycolic and be like, oh my god, that's too much, and that's at a 4.2 pH. And will work differently, but will work and will give you the result that you want. Well, maybe not that you want. I want. But the list goes on and on. I see a lot of people just say certain things oh, all those ingredients are listed after the preservative. That's not great. Well, yeah, I mean, that's again, it's another great marker of a way you can look at an ingredient list online and say, oh, that might be in a lower percentage. But so many of these things, for instance, the cucumber extract, the manufacturer's recommendations are to use it between 0.25% to 2%. And that's to get maximum benefit of the cucumber extract. And I'm just using that as an example because I use that in my products. Same can be said for chamomile extract. That's another one actually. Chamomile extract actually might be even lower. So a lot of these extracts are very, very potent and don't have to be in there in this crazy percentage. And I see companies sometimes tout oh, it has 55% of the, I'm no, it doesn't. And actually more is not, well, as you know with me, less is more constantly, less but better. And more, when I'm seeing, the companies be oh, it's 25% hyaluronic acid. No, it's not. And if it is, that's where you really have to be careful about being in a dry environment and using that high of a hyaluronic acid on your skin. Again, it gets tricky. Some companies will say oh, it's a 5% retinol, while it sort of is. It's a 5% retinol solution used at 5% in the product, meaning that's like 0 point whatever percent. So those things are tricky too, and you do have to sort of weed through all of that madness a little bit. But again, rely on either ways to get samples of products, ways to trade with each other of small, I see you guys on Instagram and on YouTube, sometimes trialing each other's products. You will send samples to each other. That is fantastic. We are working hard behind the scenes at Jordan Samuel. We have, well, this is going up in June. So around this time, or weeks away, we have samples of the Matinee Gel Cleanser, sample packets, the Hydrate Facial Serum, and the Performance Cream. Those will be individual packets you can purchase on the site. You do have to pay shipping. That is the catch, unfortunately. We can't get around that. But you can also purchase them in sets of 7. So you can have like 7 Hydrate Serums, which will get you sort of a week worth of product, 7 Performance Creams to try out, or 7 Matinee Gel Cleansers. As you know, we also have the travel size of the Treatment Cleanser, and we're working on adding more. We're going to add a 1 ounce mist. We're going to add, what am I forgetting? The retinol, we want to do that. And some things are a little, like the retinol is tricky because I wanted to put in this little like cute packaging, but then, you know, I need to order 6 medallion of them in the black packaging, and it doesn't work, so they'll probably be in the little packets eventually. But, to my point, you have to trial, and you have to trial even beyond one sample. One sample gets you texture, it gets you any type of smell or not smell, feeling on the skin, and any super adverse reaction you would have. Other than that, you're not really going to see much from one sample. Those things are important though, because, you know, a smell could offend somebody, so that's good to know. Texture, again, or pilling or things like that can, you know, sort of determine people's opinions about the product. And adverse reaction is obviously huge, but you're not going to really see a long-term benefit. That's why I wanted to do the 7 packets in one. So you can actually try it out. You can travel with them, you can try it in a week, you can try it over time, whatever you want, but you can truly try it out. And we'll be coming out with other travel sizes as well. But same thing with Formula is King too. Depending on where you see the preservative, like things can be broken down and percentages are weird, and now I'm learning this as we go through the EU process. Every country has different regulations about how, you know, yes, it is listed from the greatest amount in the product to the least amount, but here I believe that like 1% and under can be listed in any order. So it's 1% on, so you could have, so again, it's really hard to look at an ingredient list and be like, yep, yes, can there be red flags? Absolutely. Have you had a bad track record with glycolic acid, with coconut oil, with essential oils, with fragrance, with preservatives? That will then help you looking at ingredient lists. But other than that, it's really hard to start nitpicking and think like, oh, I've had trouble with that acid, or oh, that pH doesn't work for me, or oh, that percentage of vitamin C isn't enough for me, or Formula is truly king, and there's so many different ways we can get things into products now. Extracts are becoming more concentrated, and so we're putting them in a less percentage, which is great because we don't need any more red, inflamed, irritated, angry skin, do we? I don't think we do. So Formula is king. So as much as you can sample, if companies don't have samples, because again too, samples aren't easy to, like, you think like, oh, you just squirt it in the bottle, and then that's time consuming and also costs a lot of money. And to do sample packets, it's taken us a while because it's a very big undertaking. So if you can trade with each other, that's awesome. Share samples with each other, that's awesome. I obviously, because then there's no waste of product, there's no waste of bottles, you get to try it out, you get to sort of enjoy it and see if you like it. Anyway, that's my 2 cents. I just want to talk about Formula is King because it's important. It's important. I feel like a lot of things are poo-pooed because there's something that is a red flag for you on the ingredient list, or you jump all in because you think the ingredient list looks good when 85-90% of it is water and the rest is like watered down blah. So, which again, too, to that point, actually, you could have the opposite. You could have a product that is like that, but everything else under it is in the right percentage for that product with a certain ingredients, and it works wonders. So, I shouldn't have even said that. That's, you know, that's not true. Anyway, I hope that helped. I think most of you guys know that, and as we learn more and experiment more with products and with mixing and matching products, we do know that, but it's an important reminder. So anyway, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. And I'll see you next time. And next time is going to be in 2 minutes, and I'm going to have the same martini because we're just going to bang them out. Thank you guys for watching. Bye. Hi everyone, thanks for watching. You can subscribe by clicking the black JS circle down below so we can stay in contact and keep talking. To watch more videos, you can click on the link here, or possibly here. Thanks for watching. Bye.